like what Titi just spoke about, socialization between breeders, 18 and 18, liking and liking and all that. That is everywhere in the world. You know, you just talked about the Outtake Feston. It was last week or 2 weeks ago or thereabout, and everybody came. I promise you, some of those that were there don't like Outtake Feston, but they understand because a canopy has been created all over Europe or all over the developed dog world. That this is serious matter. This is serious business. If you are going to apply to the University of Lagos, and you want to go to the University of Lagos, and you don't like the VC, or you don't like, you want to work in Zenith Bank, you don't like the MD, or you want to work in my company, you don't like me too much, it doesn't really matter because there's a canopy of standard everywhere, and you feel less personal, less victimized when everybody conforms to some institutional standards. When everybody is not embarking on a personal crusade, on a personal journey, when everybody has come together. So that's why the idea of the club is fantastic. And I gave that example because the right things, when you don't do the right things, it leads to a psychological barrier. I don't know, I'm a student of psychology. When you don't do the right thing, you don't know. You tell yourself, and that was why I started, you tell yourself the lie of the devil. It's the number one lie of the devil, that you have arrived where you have not arrived. And you just create a barrier that prevents you from doing the things that will lead to when you have actually arrived. And you cannot arrive by not keeping the standards. Another lie of the devil is for you to assess a situation and tell yourself that this and this and this and this and this has to happen. All this has to happen. We have to do this before we do this. We have to do that before we do that. We have to do this before we do this. You create another psychological barrier for yourself that prevents you from almost ever in your life getting to do that thing. Because you tell yourself, except I don't, if we don't get this banner today, we cannot have this shoot today. Or if we don't do this today, if I don't get a particular kind of dog, I cannot start my breeding program. If I don't do this, if I don't do that, I cannot, embark on something. The reason why I mentioned that is just look at over the years, up to this is 2016 in Nigeria. Please, somebody tell me here. Somebody tell me here that when it comes to standards, when it comes to keeping records, that as far as purebred dogs are concerned, as far as Rottweilers are concerned, that anybody records with Nigeria in the world. Despite the fact that, I mean, I don't have the statistics, but if you look at the way people are buying dogs all over the world, you would almost find out that Nigerians must be one of the top 5, if not the top 3. In terms of volumes, certainly Nigerians will be part of the top 3. In terms of financial outlay, Nigerians will be part of the top 5 buying dogs in the world. Of course, my own impression is that we are the number 1 jumping ground for dogs in the world. And it's because of standards. Everything starts from standards and keeping records. I'm still going to get there. But they can dump on Nigeria. These guys can dump on Nigeria because they know that if they sell you a Rottweiler with a disqualifying or eliminating fault, they sell the Rottweiler with a disqualifying or eliminating fault to Egypt or South Africa, to Egypt especially in recent times. That dog will be picked out within a month. Because there will be a specialty show with a specialty judge within a month of that dog arriving in Egypt. And that dog is going to be picked out as a dog that was committed from Europe and sent to Egypt. Well, you know, I've followed stuff going on Facebook and all that, and you find dogs arriving in Nigeria, and you find people thanking the breeder, the wonderful breeder, for sending him such a wonderful dog. And you can see, I mean I can see immediately the reason why that dog left me. Now, it's another question entirely whether the priorities in Europe should be the priorities in Nigeria as far as the application of the standard is concerned. It's another question entirely whether our priorities here should be the same thing with their own priorities. But hey, according to their own priorities, their system, which is standardized and institutionalized, has evaluated accredited this dog, giving this dog 0/100, and decided that Nigeria is the next destination for that dog. So,
can I call you back? I'm in a meeting. Can I call you back?
I've had occasions where, many occasions, in fact, in all of my aspiring dog career, unfortunately I'm in semi-retirement now, and unfortunately I have not achieved nothing. I've not achieved anything. So I'm because of this dumping something. I can count. I imported more than 100 dogs over the years, and I don't think 10 of them were good enough. I think out of the 100, 95 were from one way or the other. And I promise you, if I know that 95 out of 100 were from in the same category, I mean, you can decide to tell yourself the lie of the day that you are not being wrong from, but you are being wrong from. I promise you. So, the third thing I want to say before going specifically to standards and record keeping is in a class. This is like a class now. In a class, like let me see, like when I went to secondary school, the world has 9 planets. NG, 9 planets. In that class, where, and I'm pretty sure that when the teacher was saying there are 9 planets in the world, the students, some of them believed that there were 9 planets. After all, there's a textbook saying that there are 9 planets in the world as well. And so there are some students that believe that there were 9 planets. And there were some students in the same class that believed that there were, how can there be 9 planets? How can there be only 9 planets? That surely there must be other planets that have not been discovered. And some students in the same class that believe that they look at the 9 planets, they know they live on Earth, this is where we inhabit, and they look at the 9 planets and they analyze the 9 planets, and they're comparing the 9 planets to, they're doing a distillation of, comparison of the planets. And on exam day, the teacher says name the 9 planets. I can still name the 9 planets. And somebody gets 9/9, names all the 9 planets. And there's a student in the class that cannot name all the 9 planets. But he has analyzed all the 9 planets. And he has imagined other planets. His brain has taken him to a place where he's imagining other planets, that surely there must be other planets. Surely he has even looked at inadequacies in the present 9 planets and told himself, surely there must be other planets, and surely they must look like this, they must look like this, they must have these characteristics and all and all and all. The reason why I'm mentioning this is we sit in the same class, we read the same breed standard. The same breed standard, more or less. And we see different things. The breed standard is like, at the risk of blasphemy, it's almost like the Bible. In terms of, I mean, I always say, I read Genesis chapter 1 alone, from the first verse to the last verse, and I don't think I can see much. I don't think I can see many things in Genesis chapter 1, but maybe when Pastor Adeboye reads Genesis chapter 1 and talks about it, while I saw one thing, only one principle or whatever that God was trying to put across, Pastor Adeboye comes up with 100 from Genesis chapter 1 alone. The standard is like that, because I see people talking about the breed standard every time, and they've looked at the standard, they've read the standard, they pour over the standard, but when it's time for application, please, everything I'm talking about, take them as they have a domino effect. One is lapping on top of the other, the other one is lapping on top of the other. So the lie of the devil will prevent you from ever seeing what you should see in the breed standard. I mean, you look at that breed standard, and you come back and look at your dog and see everything in the breed standard in your dog. You will not see properly. And part of the reasons why standards and keeping records, and I use all that as an euphemism for having an institution, is very important, is that you don't have to depend on your own eyes to look at any dog, to look at your dog or anybody's dog, and tell yourself that this dog is like this because I've read the standard. I mean, I've read the standard. I know the standard, and I know that this dog is like this. End of story. I mean, you can't go to Unilag and say, okay, I'm studying pharmacy, but you know what? I'm not going to take my courses. I'm not going to take anything. I'm not even going to take lectures. I'm just going to see what are the lecture materials, get the lecture materials, look at them. I'm not even going to take the exams, and I'll promote myself from year 1 to year 2 to year 3 to year 4, and I will graduate. Because that is what we are doing in Nigeria. That's exactly what we are doing in Nigeria. Who told you that this is how your dog is? Who told you? Who told you that what you think about your dog is what your dog actually is? Who told you? Which authority?
Here on the swing with me is one of the organizers. Please tell us, who are you?
My name is Rottweiler. I'm a member of the HKRKC Rottweiler Kennel Club, and also the founder of Ajajide Kennel and Video Photography. Now for this event, it's to celebrate our first year anniversary for the HKRKC, which is the HKRKC Rottweiler Kennel Club. First year anniversary. It's a give back to the Rottweiler lovers all over Nigeria and all over the world, definitely. To enlighten them on Rottweilers and all.
Alright, so as a member of HKRKC, what have you gained?
The reason why we did this, at first it was just supposed to be an event for club members, but we felt, let's share what we learned from one year with everyone else. That's what we did today, and I'm sure people who came here today would say 1 or 2 things about that. Each person would have left with at least one thing to say that yes, I hold on to this knowledge and I'm going to act on it.
Flashing back to the annual Kenai seminar,
Yeah.
you were one of the organizers
Yeah.
too. So I just want to know what has been your drive, what has been your push Because it's not easy after doing that one few months, you're into something else, you're not stopping. What is that push?
God and the love and passion for dogs, it's intense, and I'm ready to make the sacrifice to health because it's beyond dogs now. It's beyond the passion. It's for me. It's about adding value through dogs, adding value to my nation, adding value to whoever comes across me. They know I breed dogs. They know I use these dogs for so function, but they should benefit from that, either through knowledge or so. So the canine seminar was a success to me, and the turnout with the feedbacks, it was a success. And for first, I was happy because people got to hear the information that they won't ordinarily get, and they go to their house and they now look at, wow, that's true. Orientations, mindsets, decisions have been affected through the canine seminar positively. And with this is just the starting point. So we intend to do more, and we hope to achieve more when it comes to enlightening, when it comes to impacting positively and adding knowledge to everyone.
Thank you so much.